Hey, you guys, I want to talk about, do you think you can go back with a blast from the past? Like somebody you had history with at one point, it didn't work out during that time. You run into them again years later. Will it work out? Has it worked out for you? I'm going to share what happened when this happened to me. There's a guy, let's call him Trouble. I'm going to call him Trouble because everything about him is trouble. He is funny, he is cute, he is tall, he is sexy, women love him, but he is just full of games, play, and lies. When I first met him, he told me he ain't had no kids. I go over his mom's house. There's a picture of a little boy in the center. She's like, oh, that's his son. He's like, oh, we'll talk about that later. I'm sorry. You know, just like always make an excuse why. He would never tell me nothing really about him. Like he keep everything a secret because he just didn't want me to know his information. But I had been on a drought for like 2 or 3 years. I was single. I hadn't really been meeting anybody of quality. I'm talking about even the dusty ones was like looking like kind of good. Like, oh, he's not that bad. Anyway, I was just going through it. So I'm hanging out with my girlfriends. My girlfriend's always been there for me. We were going out all the time, just having a good time. And me and my girlfriend at a bar. My girlfriend's real open. I can do anything in front of her. And I run into him at the bar. I'm like, oh my God, look. And she's like, oh Lord. I'm like, oh my God. I was happy. We talked all night. We laughed. He was like, let me walk you guys to the car. So at the end of the night, he walks us to the car and he just gives me like, you know, one of them hugs where, you know, when a man can wrap his whole body around you and just hug you. And then he goes to kiss me. And when I tell you, like, I'm not like a big kisser like that. I'm not. But this man, like, it's probably like one of the few people I really loved kissing. Like, it just gave me life. Like, ooh, you know, just we start kissing, and it's just like, oh my God, I'm so glad he back in my life. Thank you, God. And literally, so we just start texting. He's texting. He's like, I gotta see you. I wanna see you now. I'm like, no, we'll link. So I'm telling my girlfriend, we're going back to that bar tomorrow. I'm gonna have a cute ass outfit on. Oh, I can't wait to see him. Make sure my underarms shaved. Yes, I'm gonna have my stuff together tonight. And we go back to the bar after we've like been out throughout the night. And when we walk in, yes. He is hugged up with this woman. This is his like girlfriend, fiance. He's in a relationship, supposed to be getting married. So I'm sitting there like, my girlfriend was like, wow. And I'm like, you know what? The whole time I talked to him, the first time he was a dog, the whole time this time, and I was like really angry, even though we had only ran into each other on accident. Neither one of us had tried to reach out to each other for years before that. I acted like he owed me. He didn't owe me nothing. So it took me a while to like calm down. Like he's like texting me, I'm so sorry. Please let me explain. Can you meet me outside? I'm like, F you, you know? But years later, I ended up meeting him on a Miller Ale House on Roosevelt Boulevard. And we end up talking. And I'm like, you know what? You didn't owe me nothing. You didn't owe me nothing. I knew what to expect from you. Because he's like, don't be like that. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. I care about you. I didn't expect to see you. I apologize. You mean a lot to me. And at this moment, I'm just like, you know what? That's why you don't go back to your past. That's why you do not go back to somebody who showed you how they was the first time. So that was just a lesson I learned from when I tried to have a blast with someone from the past again. What has been your experience? He's a good person. He's one of the few guys I've actually accepted on my Facebook page that I used to talk to. So stuff happens.